Ukraine's bold move has significant impact, and I don't think people understand the gravity of this situation. In a significant development in the ongoing conflict, Ukrainian forces have launched a daring incursion into Russia's Kursk region. This marks the first time since World War II that foreign troops have penetrated Russian soil, signaling a bold escalation of the conflict. The move has sent shockwaves across the region and beyond, raising questions about the future of the war and its global implications. The incursion, which began in the early hours of 8th of August, has seen Ukrainian troops pushing deep into Russian territory, capturing key strategic locations and inflicting heavy losses on Russian forces. The speed and scale of the offensive have taken many by surprise, including Russia's own military leadership. The Kremlin, caught off guard by the Ukrainian advance, has scrambled to respond, deploying reinforcements to the region and launching a series of counterattacks. However, Ukrainian forces, bolstered by recent successes and Western military aid, have so far managed to hold their ground and even expand their control over parts of the Kursk region. I don't think people understand the full extent of what Kursk residents are going through. The residents of Kursk, once accustomed to the relative peace and stability of life far from the front lines, now find themselves on the receiving end of a full-blown military conflict. The sudden arrival of Ukrainian troops has plunged their lives into chaos and uncertainty, leaving many feeling scared, confused and betrayed by their own government. Many residents, particularly those living in villages and towns close to the border, have been forced to flee their homes, seeking refuge in makeshift shelters or fleeing further inland. The exodus has been chaotic, with long lines of cars clogging highways and shortages of essential supplies reported in some areas. Those who have chosen to stay behind or have been unable to leave face a perilous situation. They are caught in the crossfire between Ukrainian and Russian forces, with their homes and livelihoods at risk. The constant threat of shelling and airstrikes has made even the simplest of daily tasks, such as going out for groceries or visiting relatives, a risky proposition. Adding to the residents' sense of fear and abandonment is the perceived lack of support from their own government. Many complain that the Russian authorities were slow to react to the Ukrainian incursion and have been inadequate in providing assistance to those affected by the fighting. Russia accuses Ukraine of provoking a wider war. Kremlin condemns Western weapon supplies. Ukraine defends its actions as self-defense. Kiev accuses Russia of launching attacks from its territory. Ukraine's broader strategy to undermine Russian morale, reminder to the international community of ongoing conflict. I don't think people understand the full scope of Ukraine's actions. Russia, reeling from the audacity of the Ukrainian incursion, has accused Ukraine of using the conflict to provoke a wider war and drag NATO into a direct confrontation. The Kremlin has also condemned what it calls the West's reckless supply of weapons to Ukraine, claiming that these weapons are being used to target civilians and civilian infrastructure within Russia. Ukraine, however, has defended its actions, arguing that it is acting in self-defense and has the right to target military objectives within Russia that are being used to support the invasion of its territory. Kiev has also accused Russia of using its territory to launch attacks on Ukraine and of harboring military assets that pose a direct threat to Ukrainian security. Beyond the immediate military objectives, Ukraine's incursion into Kursk appears to be part of a broader strategy aimed at achieving several key goals. Firstly, by taking the fight to Russian soil, Ukraine aims to undermine Russian morale and sow doubt among the Russian population about the Kremlin's handling of the war. Secondly, the incursion serves as a powerful reminder to the international community that the conflict in Ukraine is far from over and that Russia remains capable of aggressive military action beyond its borders. Why are there not more people talking about Ukraine's tactical advantage? The success of Ukraine's incursion into Kursk can be attributed to a combination of factors, including superior tactics, improved intelligence gathering, and the effective use of Western-supplied weapons systems. Ukrainian forces, having learned valuable lessons from earlier battles in the Donbas and elsewhere, have demonstrated a greater degree of flexibility and adaptability on the battlefield. One of the key factors contributing to Ukraine's tactical advantage has been its ability to effectively target Russian command and control centers, logistics hubs, and ammunition depots located behind enemy lines. This has significantly disrupted Russia's ability to supply and reinforce its troops on the front lines, giving Ukrainian forces the upper hand in many engagements. Furthermore, Ukraine has made effective use of drone technology, both for reconnaissance and attack purposes. Drones have allowed Ukrainian forces to gather real-time intelligence on Russian troop movements, identify key targets, and even carry out precision strikes against enemy positions. The use of drones has been particularly effective in countering Russia's artillery advantage. By quickly identifying and targeting Russian artillery batteries, Ukrainian forces have been able to significantly reduce the threat posed by Russian shelling, which had previously inflicted heavy casualties on Ukrainian troops and civilians alike. Stop doing nothing, do something instead. Section 5. Shifting tides of war. The Ukrainian incursion into Kursk marks a significant turning point in the ongoing conflict. It is a testament to the resilience and determination of the Ukrainian people and armed forces who have endured over a year of brutal warfare against a larger and better equipped enemy. The incursion has also exposed the limitations of Russia's military capabilities. Despite initial claims of a swift and decisive victory, Russia has struggled to achieve its objectives in Ukraine, facing stiff resistance from Ukrainian forces and a series of logistical and operational setbacks. The conflict has also had a profound impact on the geopolitical landscape. It has shattered the illusion of peace and stability in Europe, exposing the fragility of the post-Cold War order and raising fears of a wider conflict between Russia and the West. The incursion has also highlighted the crucial role of Western military aid in bolstering Ukraine's defenses. The provision of advanced weapons systems, intelligence sharing and financial assistance has been instrumental in enabling Ukraine to resist Russia's aggression and even launch counteroffensives. Are you worried about the future of the conflict in Ukraine? Section 6. An uncertain horizon. As the fighting in Kursk continues, the future of the conflict remains uncertain. While Ukraine's incursion has dealt a significant blow to Russia's military prestige and morale, it is unclear whether it will be enough to force Russia to the negotiating table or alter the course of the war in any decisive way. Much will depend on the international community's response to the escalation of the conflict. The West, already deeply involved in supporting Ukraine, faces a difficult balancing act. On the one hand, there is a desire to help Ukraine defend itself and deter further Russian aggression. On the other hand, there are concerns about the risk of escalation and the potential for the conflict to spill over into NATO territory. The coming days and weeks will be crucial in determining the trajectory of the conflict and its implications for the future of Europe and the world. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Matthew 5:9. The end. Subscribe for more content like this. Look through the latest updates on